We've reached 2018 and the past few years have given us some really good TV shows. Welcome to Artemist, where today we are counting down our picks for the top 10 TV shows you should binge watch right now. Number 10. Riverdale. Based on the characters of Archie comics, this series follows Archie Andrews' life in the small town of Riverdale and explores the darkness hidden behind its seemingly perfect image. Riverdale has a more darker tone than the comics. It's way more different than the comics. Number 9. Sense8. Sense8 connects a group of people around the world that are suddenly linked mentally, and they must find a way to survive being hunted by those who see them as a threat to the world's order. It's a great sci-fi story, and the writing unfolds it really well, with each episode creating a build-up.
Bring it, bitch.
Number 8. Marvel's Daredevil. The series follows Matt Murdock, who, with his other senses superhumanly enhanced, fights crime as a blind lawyer by day and vigilante by night. If you weren't a fan of Daredevil before, you soon will be. Number 7. Rick and Morty. The series follows Rick, a genius alcoholic and careless scientist, with his grandson Morty, a 14-year-old anxious boy who's not so smart. Together, they explore the infinite universes, causing mayhem and running into trouble. The jokes are sometimes dumb, sometimes smart, and sometimes raunchy, but they're always funny.
Morty!
Rick, where are you?
On my workbench, Morty.
Are you invisible and you're gonna like fart on me?
Flip the pickle over. I turned myself into a pickle, Morty! I'm Pickle Rick!
Number 6. Silicon Valley. Silicon Valley follows the struggle of Richard Hendricks, a Silicon Valley engineer trying to build his own company called Pied Piper. Silicon Valley is fun, smart, and you'll love the humor even if you're not a tech geek.
If you want to live here, you've got to deliver. Like Steve.
Jobs or Wozniak? Steve Jobs or Steve...
No, I heard you.
Which one?
Jobs.
Jobs was a poser. He didn't even write code.
Number 5. The Crown. The Crown traces the personal life and highly publicized reign of British monarch Queen Elizabeth II. The Crown traces her rise from a young, newly married royal in 1947 to one of the most recognizable and iconic rulers in the world, carrying out her duties amid a climate of continual social change and political upheaval. The Crown is Netflix's most expensive series to date. Number 4. Better Call Saul. The Emmy-nominated prequel to Breaking Bad follows small-time attorney Jimmy McGill as he transforms into morally challenged lawyer Saul Goodman. A prequel to one of the best TV shows ever created, Better Call Saul lives up to its name.
Jimmy with a law degree.
I'm on the up and up. From here on out, I'm gonna play by the rules. I don't go looking for guilty people to represent. Who needs that aggravation?
Thank you for restoring my faith in the judicial system.
Number 3. House of Cards. House of Cards is a political thriller that traces the story of Congressman Frank Underwood, a Democrat, who, after being passed over for appointment as Secretary of State, initiates an elaborate plan to attain power, aided by his wife, Claire Underwood. Kevin Spacey may have been fired from the show, but Netflix is renewing it for a season 6.
I think America deserves Frank Underwood. And in your heart, you know I'm right.
Number 2. Game of Thrones and Vikings. Game of Thrones is about several royal families that desire the Iron Throne to gain control of Westeros. Whilst kingdoms fight each other for power, a sinister force lurks beyond the wall in the north. But there's a chance you already watched Game of Thrones. In that case, switch on to History TV's Vikings. Vikings is a historical drama which tells the saga of Ragnar's band of Viking brothers and his family as he rises to become king of the Viking tribes. As well as being a fearless warrior, Ragnar embodies the Norse traditions of devotion to the god. Before we move on to our winner for today, here are some honorable mentions.
Our revolution needs a leader.
This is Harvey Specter. He's our best closer.
Closer, huh? Baseball?
Attorney.
Death Note? As in a notebook of death?
Frank Gallagher, father, teacher, mentor, captain of our little ship.
In this town, anything is possible. Ghosts, zombies. Could be months before we find our first clue.
Number 1. Stranger Things. In a small town where everyone knows everyone, a peculiar incident starts a chain of events that leads to the disappearance of a child, which begins to tear at the fabric of an otherwise peaceful community. Dark government agencies and seemingly malevolent supernatural forces converge on the town, while a few locals begin to understand that there's more going on than meets the eye. Stranger Things becomes a dark and twisted ride into an even darker and more disturbing world, where the stakes feel higher than anything before it. And in case you've binged Stranger Things already, we recommend the German show Dark, which is even more darker than Stranger Things. Which shows did we miss? Tell us in the comments below. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button for more awesome videos.